Welcome to the age of Aquarius. Hope you guys are doing well. This reading is going to be for May the 23rd, 2023. So 2323 with a 5. Change. Interesting, right? So this reading's for Tuesday. And there is some energy about pairs in here when it comes to astrology. Anyway, but first, I digress. Let's get into some. There we go. Let's adjust the mic first. All right. Sorry about the last video. I had it on the wrong mic, unfortunately, but hopefully you were able to hear it okay, and I hope that you guys took that information seriously. I actually have a device coming that measures RF and EMF radiation, and so I'm going to be making sure, excuse me, making sure my area is clean of that kind of negative energy because I'm super sensitive to it and it was causing me trouble. Anyway, let's get some heart chakra energy that helps cure all the negative energy. Reconnect us with our heart chakra, and this is 528 hertz. This is the key of me. This cures the memes, basically. It reconnects the heart chakra, but it also has a lot of other benefits, such as DNA repair, miracles, and also keep in mind, lowers cortisol in your system, increases testosterone in the brain, which helps with relieving anxiety issues, and lowers chronogranin A, which is a marker in your saliva that shows that your system is extremely stressed and has dis-ease. And they use it as a marker for cancer and other things. All of that stuff is autoimmune issues. This is the key that begins your healing journey. 528 hertz. If you would like to obtain one of these, because I can tell you one thing, listening to pure, true 528 hertz is helpful, but not as helpful as doing the Marian method, which is in the playlist. It is a regimen that you use in the cycles with the moon as it travels through each sign, which signifies certain parts of your body. And this is the key to healing. Anyway, I can tell you that my sleep has improved with this and many other things. And I've been dropping weight. That lowered cortisol, right? Anyway, yes, there's a link to Sacred Waves in the description box below so that you can obtain your own 528 hertz tuning fork to use for your own healing journey. And you also have it in your hands to help others, right? So if you've got a significant other or kids, get them in those salt baths, the Marian method, okay? Take a look at that. It's serious science and it works, okay? So, and cleaning ourselves of any negative energy. Using the Marian method, you are going to be detoxing your body and evacuating trauma from your past at the same time. Okay. So there's tons of benefits to the salt baths for detoxification, but also make sure you're clearing your space of negative energies. That means any energy that's increasing chronogranin A, which would be 440 hertz music, pretty much everything out there right now because everybody's tuned to 440, and which will elevate your dis-ease. Okay? I know. I was heartbroken, but there are ways around that. Okay? So stick with the channel. I'm going to teach you guys a few things about how to clear negative energy and bring in the positive energy. I'm learning myself at the same time. So I'm learning as I'm teaching you, okay? Passing along the info, the FYI, from the divine, okay? Anyway, there is a link to Sacred Waves in the description to obtain one of these, and a lot of other neat goodies they have, plus other frequencies that would be extremely beneficial. Very high quality, made in the US too. And it does benefit this channel if you purchase via Sacred Waves, okay? Anyway, let's get some 528 hertz into our lives. Oh, and I am available for personal readings right now. Information's in the description box below on how to obtain one. So if you're in the market for that, and maybe some personal guidance on your path with your frequency, with your tuning forks and stuff like that. Anyway, let's get on with the reading and let's get some 528 hertz in our lives right now. Remember, nice, slow, deep inhale. Magnificent energy, that green frequency. You can imagine it any color you want, really. But green is the color of this key, and that's the heart chakra. And that energy right there is a winner. But just imagine that when you hear that sound, breathe in really deep, slow through your nose, all that clean, crisp energy, and exhale any negative energy that you're holding in your body. Just really relax. Okay. I'm going to give you another one. You can hear it accidentally touch the mic a little bit there. Sorry about that. Anyway, that nice, just relax and chill and listen to the reading so you can kind of prepare yourself for the day ahead. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Warming, doing the warm up, moving energy between my hands. That's a thing. All right, the planets. Let's talk about this. Now, I look at both the astrology, whether it's sidereal or tropical. Okay, I look at both because they both pertain. Okay, they're both legitimate, and both of them are saying the same thing to me pretty much as far as what's going on. It feels like partnerships that might have a little tension going on between them. And the reason I say this is we have Mars, the divine masculine energy, the fire, that is tropically in Leo, Vedically in Cancer. So it's still kind of watered down, but it's in with none other than Black Moon Lilith. And then we have the divine feminine, Venus, in the prior sign, which tropically that's Cancer, Vedically Gemini, with the moon. So we have Venus and the moon, okay, in water or air, and we have Mars and Black Moon Lilith, the other moon, in fire or water. So I think, like I said, I mark these readings for Aquarius, but they're for the collective because this is going to affect you in one way or another. Okay, this energy. So many of you you'll know what I'm talking about when there's a tension between the divine masculine, divine feminine. That could be internal tension even, okay? So maybe a little anxious feelings going on out there, especially with the future for some reason. And I think it's because we have Jupiter lined up with the North Node in Taurus, okay? And that is expansion, and the North Node is your future, right? And I think a lot of you are starting to look at your future, trying to make some plans, trying to get some things set up, and you're kind of unsure about how to obtain the direction that you're headed. How are you going to get there? How are you going to make that happen? And yeah, you're anxious to get going is what it feels like. I think that's where a lot of that anxious energy is coming from. You really want to get to it, but I don't think you're going to be able to get to it until October. Why do I say that? Because we have Pluto squaring those nodes and it's retrograde. Tropically, it's in Aquarius. Vedically, it's in Capricorn. Okay? But tropically, that retrograde Pluto is backing its way up tropically into Capricorn. And it feels like you want something really bad. You want big change, it feels like. And you're not going to be able, it's going to be just out of your reach. And it's kind of like one of those deals where you have to wait for other things to play out before you can make your moves. Okay? So that can be partnerships. That means any kind of partnership. That can be mother and child partnerships. That can be, you get the drift. It can be job related. It can be your significant other. Just any sort of partnerships where there's something in the future you're trying to plan for. And it feels just out of reach right now. And there's nothing you can do about that. You're going to have to live in that energy and try to really focus and hone in on the details of how you're going to make it happen. You got time. You got 5 months because it's not till October that Pluto turns around and goes back into Aquarius. Okay. Now it'll turn around before that, but it doesn't get back into Aquarius until October. So we got 5 months to get our things together, our our ducks in a row. Okay. So plan on that. The moon, of course, is in Gemini with Venus tropically. And so that's that's that energy. Well, first of all, let me tell you this. Gemini, the part of the body that we're covering is the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the bronchial tubes, and your lungs. Okay. Now, Vedically, it's in Taurus, which is neck, vocal cords, throat, thyroid. Okay. So it feels like people are going to start voicing what they want and what their needs are, how to get their needs met. And I think that's where this is going. It's kind of like putting your arm up, to get in line, basically. That's the energy I'm feeling right now. Like you're putting your hand up because you want in line. You have a question and you need answers, right? That energy. But also keep in mind, we are in a waxing moon. That means procedures are not recommended by many sources, including the Farmer's Almanac. But slow healing because it's waxing instead of waning. Okay. That means we're building up light on the surface, and as that's happening, slow healing. So you definitely want to try to hold off if possible. Of course, there's emergencies where there's nothing you can do about it, but anyway, so if you're feeling aches, pains, issues with the neck, vocal cords, throat, thyroid gland, I've been having throat stuff a little bit myself and vocal cords, but that's because when I get exposed to EMF and RF, the longer I'm around it, my voice starts getting weaker and weaker and cracking. And so if you guys are experiencing that when you're talking on your cell phones or your landlines that are wireless, like the 2.4 gigahertz, wireless phones you can have in your home, things like that, or if you're near a router that's got Wi-Fi on or anything like that, just keep in mind that it has effects on you that you really you won't. It's kind of insidious. It's kind of, it happens and you don't realize what's causing it, okay? But headaches, brain foggy feeling, pressure in your head, all kinds of interesting symptoms you can get from EMF. Some people, it gets extreme where you get crushing pain in your joints even. It's crazy. Anyway, but we're talking about, you know, this issue with the throat chakra, and then also we're nearing the heart chakra energy when we're getting into the shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and lungs, right? We're getting in that vicinity, sort of. So anywhere up in there, you may be experiencing aches and pains. It's really common. Bronchial tubes, lungs. Maybe some of you are having a little more difficulty with asthma right now, possibly. Anyway, the energy that I'm feeling off these cards and the Sabian mysteries have the same, they're mimicking this energy of into the unknown. You see how she's standing there. Let me pull this up for you. Give me a moment. All right. Look very closely at her. She's got a key in her hand with wings. Okay? She wants to take flight, but she's not sure how she's going to do it because she can't see what's ahead. Okay? That's that energy into the unknown. And it's funny because we get this Eight of Pentacles, which is dedicated, focused on the details. And so the only way to, and I feel like this is kind of the answer, the only way to solve this future event that you're going to do likely in October, it looks like, September, October, November-ish time frame, before the year's out, let's put it that way. The way you can get the blinders off, so to speak, is to really look at the details on how to make it happen. Anyway, and it's interesting. We have progression here, which is really good. We have a 7 and an 8. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this card. Into the unknown. Trust and all will be revealed. So in time, it's weird because this feels so Wheel of Fortune, and it almost feels like it's around her neck right now. Like she can't see because time is around her neck. Hmm. Anyway, life is an adventure, and often new opportunities will arise that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times. You're required to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into unknown territory. Imagine that you are not only a pathfinder, but a path maker. Whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. Now in the reversed, for those that need to hear this. Inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you're unprepared. Always remember, now this feels like maybe some of that tension. Maybe some of you are stressing about something you're not really prepared to do yet, but you're kind of being nudged in that direction anyway. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know this territory. You may not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not a time for careless adventure. Okay? So, for those of you that are trying to push and make the leap too soon, because of Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn, it's not a good time for big leaps right now. Really not. Okay? You need to really plan. This is the planned focus happening here, this card. Okay? Here we go. Eight of Pentacles. Mercury in Virgo, mutable earth. It's about achievement. And all 8 moon phases. Weaving your magic. When someone speaks of lost time while working on a creative project, they're usually referring to an experience where hours fly by like seconds. This experience can happen during the creative process, when all your focus is on your task. So much so that you don't see something else coming, possibly, for some of you. It is like a deep meditation. You are channeling cosmic energy into manifestation. It feels magical. The Eight of Pentacles symbolizes your path on the spiritual road to enlightenment. While living on this earth plane, you are learning to follow your dharma. The key to the Eight of Pentacles is finding your life's work, understanding how your creations are small threads interwoven into the universal tapestry. The gift of this card is true gratification in the self and your creations. Diligence, focus, discipline, research, commitment, and working from a place of imagination are all aspects of the Eight of Pentacles. You are taking your time, applying your talents and wisdom to weave a heartfelt creation. This is an experience of patience, attending to details, and honoring your creative process. The Eight of Pentacles represents a time when you are absorbed in a project. There is a need to create a private place to explore and work with no outside distractions. This card signals a time for deep learning, assimilating new insights, and expanding your talents. Now that's that expansion Jupiter energy that I was talking about, linking up with that North Node, okay? It brings a time of birthing new and innovative expressions from the integrated world of spirit and matter. The realization that everything is truly connected and every act has an effect on the larger whole becomes a truth to live by. You realize that every project contains potential for spiritual growth, recognizing what is truthful to the progress of your heart's path. You have learned not to let expectations of others derail your goals or hold you back. The Eight of Pentacles brings a highly creative time. You are in sync with the creative forces of the universe. It signals self-confidence, productivity, and progress with a project or endeavor. It indicates learning, expanding, or mastering a skill. The card signals job offers or commissions. Rewards for your diligent work and efforts start to flow to you. The realization that you are the creator of your life becomes truth. You are following your dharma in the truest form, which unfolds into living your destiny, which unfolds into service to a greater whole. In the image of the Eight of Pentacles, cosmic hands are weaving prayer blanket of the cycles of the moon with Earth's creatures moving in unison. The image displays how we are all connected, how every action that each of us takes, no matter how big or small, affects the whole. The Eight of Pentacles in the blue circle have 8 different moon phases that cycle around the 8-pointed star. Who's the 8-pointed star? In the Sumerian, it's Inanna. Okay. Ishtar, many names. Okay. The web that illuminates out from the star connects the 8 pentacles with all the stars in the image, representing cosmically that we are all intertwined. The 8-pointed star represents as above, so below, a balance that is forever in the works of life. You are your own creator, weaving what you want or may not want into your life. This image is a meditative image for the sacred work. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of dedication and focus. You don't clearly see what the future holds, but you want to know because you're feeling that expansive energy from Jupiter. So looking at the details to make that plan is really important right now. And do keep in mind that little edgy tension between the masculine and feminine. It's there. And if you can recognize it for what it is, it's just the planets the way they are right now. Luckily, Mercury is coming out of shadow phase and we're heading back out of that whole nonsense. With Pluto retrograde and Mercury, wow. Let me tell you, the hiccups and faux pas belonged to the entire zodiac. I didn't see anybody not get touched by this one. Not one single person. Anyway, again, reminder, Sacred Waves in the link in the description below. You can click on your phones. I think it's a little more thing to get more details underneath the video, where you can get your 528 hertz so that you can get your body in tune and ready for this new future that's coming, that you're planning. And yeah, also personal and private readings that will be done, and the information is in the description box below as well on how to obtain one of those. And infinite gratitude and hearts. Terra, spelled backwards. To each and every one of you, the new subs, my old subs that have been around a while. And yeah, you guys are amazing, amazing. And your comments and stuff, keep them coming. They keep me so energized. Even with all the difficulties we're all going through, it keeps me wanting to walk this path forward with you guys on our healing journey, on trying to heal from narcissistic abuse. Yeah, we've all been there, right? We've either dealt it or been a party to it in one way or another. In many ways, for some of us. Anyway, hang in there. More readings coming, more info coming about the frequencies and how to clear your energy and your space and receive, get into receiving mode. Okay? Anyway, take care. Talk to you later.